Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome to Stockholm Business School. It may not be that warm outside, but here inside we definitely have not just warm, but a very hot topic in front of us. Because as investors, researchers, or just interested observers, we are often left puzzled and scratching our heads. Why did the financial markets react the way they did? Why did they jump up? Why did they crash? That second case, we might even be left scratching our wallets. And what that often comes down to is the question of what kind of information did the markets have? What did those traders actually know and respond to? And I have some good news, because you've come to the right place. Over the next 2 days, we will be talking about the future of financial information. My name is Michał Dzieliński. I'm an assistant professor here at Stockholm Business School doing research on financial information. And I have the great pleasure and honor to be the chair of this conference. It is a tremendous feeling to see so many of you with us today. So let me first tell you how we got here. It all started with a fairly simple idea that Björn, my colleague here, and myself had about a year ago. Let's make a conference. Well, that's great. We actually even have funding, thanks to our generous sponsors at the Handelsbanken Research Foundation. Okay, but, well, about what? So we started tallying our interests, and yes, I'm much into textual analysis. Björn is, of course, very much interested in market microstructure, and we have been both following with a fair bit of interest the more sort of recent additions to the financial spectrum, such as machine learning, fintech, or the study of financial networks. Okay, so we knew it would be something around that, but then what should we actually call it? What should be the headline, the name for that conference? Well, we knew for sure something that resonates. Of course, we wanted to attract good papers and good people. And so we were thinking and thinking and thinking. But anything we could come up with seemed either too technical, too narrow, or there were already 5 other events scheduled about this very thing. So I think it's fair to say that we were a bit stuck on this. And neither of us wears a mustache, but that's what we would have looked like if we did, I guess. And so one sunny Sunday last summer, I was in the garden working, of course, and thinking about that one more time. And so I suddenly got illuminated that the one thing that connects all these topics is information. Textual analysis is about extracting information from financial reports and similar documents. Machine learning is, of course, about turning vast amounts of data into actual information. And that's how Future of Financial Information was born as the title of this conference. And so we were very happy, because that's great. This will definitely resonate. After all, we've heard it countless times. Information is at the heart of financial markets. Like, financial markets are in the business of acting on information. But there's a flip side. I mean, information is a concept so basic that it becomes vague. Like, you ask someone, what is financial information? And they will struggle coming up with a clear definition. So I had to search around a while, and this is what I could find, the best I could find. Information is that which allows you to make predictions with accuracy better than chance. Okay, but still, we were hesitating a little bit. Like, if we go live with a title like this, like, who knows what we will get? Like, who knows what kind of papers we will receive? And then came my second revelation. This is actually a good thing. This is exactly what we should do. Put it out there, let it resonate, and see what other people, see what you people think financial information is and what its future is. So of course, we gave some pointers about what we are interested in more specifically. Where do you find information in financial markets? How do you process it? What do you do with it? And who actually acts on information? And last but not least, is more information always better? Or could financial markets also sometimes suffer from an acute case of TMI, or too much information? So we will hear about that in the coming 2 days, because I'm proud to say this approach has clearly worked. So first of all, we managed to attract 2 excellent keynote speakers. More on them later. When we went live with the call for papers, the first submission came in 2 hours later. That was quite, speaking of high frequency, well, conferencing. We received 94 submissions in total, which we thought was a great turnout. And from that, with the help of our fantastic program committee, we managed to select 13 papers for presentation and 7 papers for the poster session. And now, 20 papers might not seem like a large number. There are conferences with well over 100 or 200 papers out there. But even with such a relatively short program, we're very happy that we're covering almost all corners of finance. So we have papers in asset pricing, we have papers on banking, fintech, machine learning, market microstructure, and so on. So it's a really colorful program, as you can see. And there are even overlaps between those sections. So I really encourage you to make the most, to participate in all the sessions and experience this diversity. And I also encourage you to talk to each other and discuss and maybe even argue about these topics. Because we're not only a big crowd, we're a pretty diverse one as well. So apart from the presenters and discussants who are the academics by nature of this event, we have a fair representation of non-academics among us, from the financial industry, for example, from government agencies. So thank you for taking time out of your daily schedules to come to this event. And I'm also very happy to welcome the fair share of PhD students who are the future of our profession. I hope you can benefit from attending. Now, there are many people in this room without whom this conference would have never happened, and I want to thank them sincerely. So my colleague Björn Hackstromer, who is the co-chair for this conference and who was very generous, sharing his experience organizing previous conferences and also sharing the effort in putting the program together. So thanks a lot. And great job. It was a pleasure putting this together with you. I would also like to thank our organizing committee. So it's Oscar, Esther, and Sheng. We have been working very hard, making sure that everything runs smoothly, from the slides we look at to the food we're having in the meantime. And in this category of smooth operators, if you like, I would also like to mention the conference chairs. So Lars, Jens, Ayun, Daniel, and Lou, all colleagues here at Stockholm Business School, whom you will meet in the sessions. Thank you very much for agreeing to come here and help. I would like to thank all the presenters for sharing your valuable work with us and for making this program so fantastic. I hope you will enjoy your sessions, and I hope you will get good feedback, which is also a big part of coming to academic conferences. Which brings me to the next important group, the discussants, who bear the most responsibility for providing feedback. And I think that's something never to be taken for granted, that someone else takes time to read your work, think about it, and prepare comments. So it would definitely be a shame if this kind of voluntary and pretty much selfless effort went unnoticed. And so to this effect, we have instituted a Best Discussant Award. Oops. Not quite this one. It's not quite 9 million Swedish crowns, but still 5,000 plus this artistic diploma. And the point is, we need your help, all of you, to make the choice of the best discussant. And this is how it will work. So the voting happens online. So it's www.menti.com and session ID. So there's a separate vote for each session, which you can find next to each session title on the program that you have picked up. So for example, if we take our first session just after lunch, alternative data, that would be the session ID. So in order to vote for best discussant in that session, just go to this web address. If you're using the PDF, the electronic version of the program, you can just click directly, or from the conference website, you can also just click directly. And so if you go to this address, you will see something like that. So this is Gustav, the first discussant in that session, and you can rate how well he did, and then you can go on to Petri, and then to Tamara, and then for all the remaining sessions in the same way. As you can see, the scale goes from 1 to 7, or from pretty good to outstanding. So yeah, we don't allow for bad discussions in this conference. So I really encourage you to take this seriously and participate and vote. And at the end of the conference, we will tally all the votes, and the person with the highest average score will be crowned the best discussant in the ceremony that we will have at the very end. That's how we can show the discussants that we really appreciate their work. And last but not least, I would like to thank keynote speakers, so two renowned scholars who have kindly accepted our invitation to come to Stockholm and share their wisdom with us. So thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, Thierry. We really appreciate it to have you here.